So Thursday, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness comes out. Reviews are rolling in for it too, by the way. I think as of right now, the score's at 80%, which is kind of low, to be honest. Usually, when a lot of these critics get access to a movie early, they'll go all over the place and say it's amazing. Oh my God, it's breathtaking. It's so impactful. It's revolutionary. It's going to change the world. If you remember with Shang-Chi, they were saying that movie was going to change the world. They really said that. So with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, they're not really going off the rails. So I find that kind of odd. I really do. Here's what some of the critics are saying. This woman from Insider gives it a C+. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is filled with mind-bending visuals and huge action sequences, but is also destined to be Marvel's most divisive film in years. Here's a couple more. This one's from MovieWeb, 3 out of 5. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is a creature feature loaded with surprises. The uneven visual effects fuels nearly nonstop action in a brisk runtime. Tremendous lead performances aid a script with gaping plot holes. Thrillist gives the film a fresh rating. Everyone's excitement welcoming Raimi back to the superhero fold was well worth it, saying that it's well worth seeing just because of his signature dark magic. Then there's these two right here. 2.5s in a row. This one's 2.5 out of 4, so that's more of a halfway point. Basically calling the movie mundane, and the other one says it's basically madness. I think that's basically saying that I mean, when you said this one up here says it has really bad plot holes, right? So that tells me like this film's got some issues. I don't know. Hollywood and Toto gives it a 2.5 out of 4, saying it doubles down on Spidey's intergalactic exploits to exhausting effect. But then, you get a B here. Also, this outlet gave it a 9 out of 10. Basically, I think the word here is that the movie is mixed, and it's okay. But to be honest, a lot of people seem to be okay with okay. Like, I want more than that. I want, like, every movie to be like No Way Home. Tons of fun and really good. This movie, there's a lot of problems I have with this movie. One being, like, America Chavez. And maybe she has fans. I don't know. But this character is relatively new. America Chavez, I don't think is that old in the Marvel universe. And it kind of irritates me that this character gets a live-action debut before so many other fan favorites that have been around forever. Why aren't we getting, like, Namor, Reed Richards? There's so many characters that we could see in a movie that could have filled this spot, but we get America and Chavez, like one of the worst characters in the Marvel Universe, in my opinion. Maybe not so much when she was a young Avenger, but her solo books have all been trash. That run she had, and I'm pretty sure I've done a video on it, where you had that really big man-hating woman that wrote it. That was an awful run. Awful. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a good movie, but it's kind of funny to me how mixed it is, because usually the shills will fall over themselves to call it the most amazing, breathtaking, revolutionary movie ever made, and they're not doing it this time. In fact, the score went down again. It's at 79%, which is still fresh, but I'm kind of shocked that it's not like in the high 90s, where usually that's where you'll see a Marvel movie score, because critics want to fall all over themselves to kind of, stroke the mouse, if you know what I'm saying. So I would say that a 79, in all honesty, is probably a 69 because they fluff it a little bit. Even if they criticize it, they still kind of fluff it up as a positive in some cases. So, I don't know. It's up to you if you want to see it or not. I don't have any ill will towards anybody that goes to see it. I'm kind of shocked that this is not in the high 90s when that's usually where the score is. So, I got one more thing I wanted to touch on. So, I saw this yesterday and thought this was really cool because it's the start of a trend that I hope really picks up. And that's Hollywood not so much trying to make Chinese box office sales a priority anymore. If you remember, movies were really taking off over there, and a lot of Hollywood studios were doing the best that they could to try to get their movies through the censors over in China. And I like that no longer being the thing. Like they were it was almost like they had their hand on our culture through this. And I don't like that. And Sony's basically like, yeah, okay, well, we don't need you. We don't need you then. And that actually worked off very well for them because Spider-Man No Way Home made big bucks. But if you've seen the movie, and I think we're well past spoilers, so at the end of the movie, there's a giant fight at the Statue of Liberty. That's where the 3 Spider-Man fight the Sinister Five. I don't think there were 6 of them. And, I mean, the Statue of Liberty is front and center that whole time. You can see it right here in this picture. Front and center the whole fight. And they're fighting all over it. It's a cool fight, too. And China didn't like that. China wanted them to remove the Statue of Liberty. Sony said no. They said, get wrecked. We're not taking it out. And then they said, okay, well, could you at least make it not so much of a focus and minimize it? And they thought about it and decided not to. And you know why they did that? Because that doesn't guarantee that the movie is going to get released in China anyway. So they basically told them to get wrecked and did what they needed to do to make the movie successful. Basically, China said it was too patriotic for them. So too, patriotic towards America in it. So they didn't release it over there. And, well, the movie still made a lot of money. And I liked that because, in my opinion, that's a good thing because this tells studios, well, maybe we don't need China. Like the Batman released over in China and only made $23 million over there. I mean, they have their own box. They have their own Hollywood over there. That's why I always hated this, like changing things. Let's make it so it makes China happy. And it's like, it doesn't necessarily mean just getting over there it's going to make a lot of money. They have their own Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Like, see these movies here still made a lot of money. That's because they come from China's Hollywood. Like, can we stop doing things like Top Gun did where they removed Taiwan from Tom Cruise's jacket because it would upset China? So I thought this was really cool, and I'd like to see more of this. I'd like to see more of Hollywood stop trying to bend over and please China. And reported in this article is it seems like that's the new thing. Like Hollywood's going to stop worrying about China and do what they can to just make the movie they want to make, which I think would be fantastic. So pretty cool little story that I liked and wanted to share with all of you. So this and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness seems like it's at the halfway point with critics. Seems like mixed reviews, which I'm shocked. I'm shocked that that's happening because, like I said, usually they bend over backwards to give Marvel good ratings because, well, it's from the House of the Mouse, and they love blowing that mouse. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel, usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.